What's up, y'all? I keep forgetting about that nice little girl without a little introduction there. But what's up, people? What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Atlanta CarCast, the show where engines roar, tires squeal, and car lovers unite. I'm your host, Skip, tonight, just for the night. Because that dude over there, you're amazing. But anyway, we got Qwueen Cone and Night Hizzle with the Hizzle above me. And to my right, y'all left, is Carnage BPC, the guest host tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, tell me about. Oh, I'm sorry, I moved a little too fast. Over in Tesla S, he is the former host just for the night of this beautiful platform that we have. Where did he go? All right, anyway. So we're gonna dive right into it. So, Mr. Nighthawk, tell me about your weekend, man. Tell me about the festivities your past week or so.
We actually went to Lexington, North Carolina to kick off the summer car show hosted by Travis and Natty Nismo. We left. Travis. Well, I left. Yeah,
Travis 704 Spawn, right?
Yeah.
For people that don't know him by his name, okay.
Yeah, we actually left Thursday, but my club, they left Friday. And Friday he had the light show, which was nice. Some nice cars for a couple of hours. Saturday was his car show from 10 to 3, and he had a great turnout and some nice trophies. He gave away TVs, $250. He had a top 30. He had some nice specialty trophies. He had a lot of cars out there, a good vibe. Also, the North Carolina car community gave me the humanitarian award.
That's what's up.
I got that from North Carolina, but overall, he had a nice. What it was, 5-star Corvette came from Atlanta. We came. Dream Jacksonville came. He had people from Maryland. He had people from Virginia. He had a lot of people out there. So overall, it was a 10 out of 10.
Cool. Qwueen Cone, tell me a little bit about your past week.
It was hot.
It was hot.
Yeah. Oh my God. We went out down there to Dope Girl Nay Show. She hosted it with Landlord Jack down there in Walterboro, South Carolina. I had a ball. I lost one of my earbuds. It's still out there on the field. I was on top of the truck doing what I do, but this time I was eating ribs as well. But I was on top of the truck because I was. Them ribs was on point too. I kept telling Demetri, "Hey, pass me another rib," you know. So, but we definitely had a good time. It was a good turnout. It was, like I said, other than just being hot but we drank. I know I had to drink at least 2 gallons of water, like constantly drinking water. But I had a good time, and I'm still recovering. So
as always.
Yeah.
And the 4th of July weekend is in effect already.
Oh my gosh.
Now, Mr. Tesla, this is different because normally you're telling me to elaborate on my past. Last week, for that. People were recuperating and getting back in town myself. And, a lot of things we had going on. So thank you guys for tuning back in. Mr. Tesla S, go ahead and fill us in on your past week and a half, sir.
Busy. Work. I'm exhausted, but I'm here. Glad to be here. In the words of Miss TJ, it's been good. It's been good. It's good.
Speaking of TJ, ladies and gentlemen,
it don't seem like tomorrow's a holiday, for one. So that's weird. I think all holidays should be mandatory to be on a Monday to make it a 3-day weekend. Putting shit on a Friday it just don't feel right. I don't understand it. It doesn't make a difference. And then this guy in the background has been in the news. So yeah. 2 out of 5 ain't bad. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care about that guy in the background. None of us care about him. He don't owe us no money. But anyway, creating this beautiful thing that we do every Thursday to bring you guys some some well-needed car news and events and everything. And as you guys can see to my right, y'all's left, is Mr. Carnage. He's our special guest host tonight. Carnage, tell us a little bit about your past week and your festivities and stuff.
Well, I went out to support a secret society event in Snellville
Okay.
at the patio. It's a pretty good event. Got to meet some of the car culture individuals and yourself and Tia. And I just had a really good time with my group that I got the chance to bring out, stretch our legs, and stay out the sun.
Yeah, definitely.
That's right.
You're on the light skin side, so I bet that sort of put some on your ass.
For cover, yeah.
But and last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, my wife and I went on a cruise. Not this past week, the week before, and I'm fully recharged, ready to go. You know, just bouncing off the walls with energy. I did not get a chance to get back in time enough for a mix-up we had at the airport to go to Keys to the City. We're going to talk about that a little bit too, in the good, the bad, and the ugly ass. And this past week, it was just out supporting, like Carnage said. I went and supported Smoke with his event. The Impala Nation was there, Impala Takeover, and a couple other events. So, now, all that going on, we are going to go into what's called
the good, the bad, and the ugly. Only on Atlanta CarCast.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to channel our illustrious host, Mr. Tesla, and say how you say it: the good, the bad, and the ugly. Anyway, Miss Qwueen Cone, you was telling us about Dope Girl Nay's show. Give me your good, bad, and the ugly ass about that particular show.
The good was, I mean, it was just a good time. It was like there were no problems. Of course, you always want to enjoy going to a show. It's no problems. The flow, everything was flowing nicely. I didn't see any issues. You know, you usually have little issues like parking or things like that you'll hear about. There are a lot of car audio bills that, to my surprise, that showed up out there, like Pinky Coleman. He was out there and stuff. Yeah, so I was surprised to see a lot of car audio. The bad, the heat. And it was just in a field. But see, for us, luckily we had a camper out there. So we was out there Friday night as well. Friday all the way until Sunday morning. So we had a camper to go relax, out of the heat and everything. We had our grill, steaks on it, everything. So, but like I said, the only thing about the bad is, but you can't take away from that, is the heat, and it's in the open, an open field. They had just cut the grass, I think, so it was like ants, but ants are to be expected.
That was in the country.
We were in the country. So you just had to watch where you step. If you stand too long and your legs start to jump, and you already know what's going on. So the ants got you. So
disturb the grounds.
Yeah. But other than that, and again, the ugly ass is the heat. I'm telling you, we woke up Saturday morning just down in water because we knew what type of time it was about to be. So, yeah.
So pretty much the heat just dominated the weekend outside of the fun and everything else. So,
yeah. It didn't stop the fun now. It didn't stop the fun.
Sit outside. Everything else.
Yeah.
Mr. Nighthawk with the T. Tell us about the good, the bad, and the ugly ass with your escape to North Carolina this weekend.
All right. Well, the good was it was a good turnout. I was actually one of the judges for this show, and I hosted it too. But I got to meet Lady Mopar. I always see her online, but I finally got to meet her this time. And the heat, it was hot, but they had their show at a place called Axel. So it was so cold in there. When you walked in there from the outside, if you had on glasses, your glasses just fogged up.
That's an air conditioner right there, boy. That thing was working.
But you didn't have to, one thing about it, you didn't have to stay outside. You was able to go in the inside and throw the axe on the wall, go skating. They had pool tables, all that. So you really didn't have to be outside if you didn't want to. But as I judged and you actually walked around, a lot of folks had different meanings of their car. It was one car I see when we go to Pensacola, but I never know he was a cancer survivor. The green Charger with the man on the side, I thought he had a basketball that was actually boxing gloves. So you got to see what
the boxer guy. Yeah.
You talking about Champ? His name is Champ, right?
Yeah, and when he explained his car, people got to realize what his car mean. You learn a lot of different stuff. But other than that, the bag was.
Let me cut you real quick. That comes from, when you judging that you're here, you're getting into the judging aspect of the other side of the court. And you really get to understand how much these bills and these cars are helping them cope with some of the tragedies and stuff that they've had to deal with,
Right.
I can name a couple of people, but not to cut you off. I just wanted to let people know that when judges are talking to people, it's not just about, hey, I'm going to give you a trophy. It's about finding out why you do it and the reasoning behind it and what's your driving force. So I'm glad you're getting to see the other part of it now. Also, so go ahead, brother. Continue.
The only bad was it rained a little bit. That made it even hotter, but it felt like we was in Florida. It was so hot. It was super hot, like hot. So that was the only bad. Other than that, you didn't see no drama. You know what I'm saying? It was a different vibe with the people that we was around. So I say he didn't really have a bad. It just was hot.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Before we get to Mr. Tesla Carnage, I'm gonna include you since you're on the screen. Tell us about any events you went to this past weekend. What was the good, the bad, and the ugly?
Well, we just kept it short this past week. We went to the patio in Snellville. The good, great vibes. Plenty of food. Whether it was ordered or they had it catered with the pizza next door because it's combined with Chicago pizza.
Gotcha.
I say the only ugly thing about it was what nobody really had to accept, which was the heat. That was about it. I mean, everything else was well rounded.
Okay. Cool.
Something for everybody. Whether you want to chill out or you want to engage in conversation or just if you want to dance, which I ain't really seen nobody dance, but the floor will have open floor for that too.
Oh, okay. Okay, so now, Mr. Tesla, like I said, I've been gone for the past week and a half, 2 weeks. So I missed Keys to the City. So I want you to give me your good, bad, and ugly ass from Keys to the City, and then this, and also.
Keys to the City Part 5 was, like the kids used to say, it was a movie. I thought it was a movie. Me and Bled had a little powwow at the Corvette event, and we kind of try to sum it up with each other of what it was. And I guess my bad would be that I think that concept has outgrown that space. Even though the support is unbelievable from the city, the mayor, the county officials, firefighters, I think what he wants to do and is doing has outgrown that space. However, go ahead.
But explain to the audience what you mean outgrown that space. Is it he has too many attendants, like cars, or
no,
overly crowded?
I think it should be called Bled Fest. I think it's bigger than a car show. And there's not many shows that kind of can do what he's doing, where there's a car show element, but that was a festival. That was a real festival. It was spaced out very well. They utilized the space very well, but I think he's outgrown the space. But they do have a major sporting event complex. I don't know if y'all have heard about it. They're spending millions and millions of dollars right across the street. So once that's developed, it is going to be game over. So Bloodfest is on the way. And I think it's good to be bigger than a car show. What we do is great. We love it. But when it comes to music, let's just be fucking honest. People dig music more than they dig cars.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to put them side by side and you vote on it, people are going to get into that music bucket more than to the car bucket. Now, mind you, everybody loves cars, and that's great. But, yeah, so, I mean, the good was it was an amazing show. The bad one, I think he's outgrown the space. I mean, the ATL legends was out there. Like to give the young bloods that opportunity to remind people of who the fuck they were, I thought was incredible. Young Dro never disappoints. Pastor Disaster. Oh my God. If you've never seen Pastor Troy perform, you really are not from Atlanta. Because that man be everywhere. I probably done bumped in Pastor Troy more times than anybody that I have ever known of as a celebrity in Atlanta. Pastor Troy personally, by himself, with the belt. I probably bumped into him personally like more than over 20 times
He carries
since,
that belt.
since being in Atlanta. Like literally, we just be randomly, hey, what's up, dude? Like straight up, he's that type of guy. He loves this city. But yeah, the performances was incredible. Lil Scrappy. Who else was out there? Young Jock. Was that Crown
So
Mob? Was out there? Princess?
Old Jock, Scrappy, Pastor Troy,
Yes.
all these guys performed. out
All of
there.
these people perform for free. For free.
Fireworks show.
Young Bloods at Keys to the City, Part 5. All those, and these weren't snap sessions. These were birthday bash, summer jam sets. Like it was a full blown show. I had a ball, blast. There was no drama, and he barely. Here's the other good. He barely missed the heat wave. It was like literally it started the next damn day. I'm gonna be honest with you. That heat that we just saw recently,
So he was in between the rain and the heat.
he just barely missed it. It was perfect. Anyway, so shout out to Bled 392. Great show. Yeah, I hope my feedback wasn't too long, but I thought that was an incredible show. I look forward to that show every year, and it never disappoints.
Well, good stuff. Good stuff. And Miss TJ is again, she's here, but she's in the background, ladies and gentlemen. My good, bad, and the ugly ass is pretty much I'm glad to be back. I had a good vacation, mini vacation with my wife and some of her friends, and I'm back in full effect. So we're gonna keep it moving and keep it moving and keep it moving. Now, Mr. Carnage, tell us a little bit about who you are, what you are, and what you love most about the car scene. We're gonna talk about the car scene tonight.
Well, you know me, Carnage. I go by Carnage, but my name is you go by Ben. I'm the president of Black Panther Corvettes, and I've been in car culture, let's say real car culture, for about 2 years now, since 2023. So I kind of like, went head first into it, brought in by my father, which was the founder of Black Panther Corvettes. So in that short time, I learned so much. I know you're surprised. And in that short time, I learned so much about my car, the engine. It's funny, it took me to work on a Corvette to really know about cars, when before, some people, they only get too far as, well, I have a car, and that's it. And recently I became the president for the past 2 years, and I've revamped the club from the ground up, and more so provide, services for people if they need support in the community. And also we go to support other people, not just Corvettes, but just overall, because I have a saying that we happen to be car enthusiasts that own a Corvette versus, you just a Corvette person. It's two different things. Yeah.
It is. It's two different worlds. So now you have an event coming up. Tell us a little bit about that. I think we have your flyer. I don't know if we have it on the thing, but tell us a little bit about the event you got coming up. Oh,
yeah, it's on the 26th. It's in Guac. It's a taco bar. So sell tacos, different types on the higher end. It's not like you going to Taco Bell. So you don't got to worry about that.
Okay, y'all got the bougie tacos.
yeah, like that shrimp, chicken, and of course the beverages. I've been told that they have a wide selection. It's on Long 78, so it's close to the interstate, and on the Stone Mountain side of Gwinnett County.
Okay.
It's from 2 to 6. It's, even though the Corvette, my club, we back in the event, anybody is really welcome. Spectators is fine. We definitely have the parking for that. We have the food, awards. Nothing serious, no judging involved. So,
So it's
yeah,
more so a cruise in or a pull up than
it's more like a cruise in.
okay.
The space we have is actually a patio on the side of the establishment, so to stay out the heat, just in case. Also, to bring up tents for some of the Corvette clubs. So we don't want nobody passing out because these it's just starting as far as summer is concerned. So
Okay.
and also we have some raffles and some surprise items that we're gonna put out. I think some people will be surprised and look forward to some of the things we have.
Okay. That's what's up. What's up? Mister, you got anything you want to add? Nighthawk? Mr. Creek?
I was gonna say, what's your take on the cruise in? Because it seems that the Corvette community and some of these other communities, they do a little bit more of that stuff than traditional communities do, like the pull-ups and stuff like that, the cruise in. That's kind of more of y'all speed. What's your thoughts on doing little micro events like cruise ins?
I think that it's kind of layered, like for like in your own community, right? When you only have like Corvettes or Mustangs or Mopar, it's okay as long as you don't overlap and communication goes a long way and actually builds up like a anticipation. Oh, I haven't seen you in a month. What's going on? Versus, well, we all in the same community, and next thing you know, there's 4 cruise ins for every week of the month. So
Right.
as long as saturation is not an issue, it doesn't take place, it's okay. And then when you have overreaching cruise ins that some of the Corvette groups are starting to do, not the old guard. It brings more people, but once again, that's only location.
He said it's not micro. I didn't mean it like in small. I'm
Yeah,
saying it's not like a full blown car show.
yeah,
It's a different. Yeah, y'all know what the fuck I meant.
Well, people can actually relax and don't have to be all pent up, worried about getting judged or
Right.
because they didn't wipe their car down. It's one of those ones where and it truly be not about the cars, but about the car enthusiasts. That's what a cruise in. And one thing, Corn, that you said just now, that it makes so much sense. If we don't saturate the weekend, the month with cruise ins, they should be spaced out once a month or once every other month. That way, it's not like it doesn't get boring or old. And I think that's what's one of the issues that we're having on the car scene itself with so many car shows.
Mm-hmm.
That's very important because my car show is not great. But if you know, you got big, kind of hard to support everybody because it's almost like a job.
Come closer to the mic.
Yeah.
There you go. Come closer to the mic.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
There you go.
But every weekend is becoming more like, don't get me wrong, I try to support everything, even though I'm not physically in a show car, so to speak, but I try to get out and support and show my face and Atlanta Carcast, we all do. But I think that we gotta taper off on so many car shows, and this is no point, no fingers at no one person, but one person shouldn't be doing 5 or 6 car shows. Give somebody else a chance.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So we can see different aspects or viewpoints on how a car show should be done, or give somebody else a chance to experience it versus, because you have a name and I'm going to do one in May, June, July, and August. You know what I mean? So, yeah, the oversaturation is going to be a big problem, or is already a big problem on the car scene. So, yeah. See how we do it. So what we gonna pull up to, since you put all that in the chat, Mr. Rezard. But anyway, we got 15 or so people in the chat. That ain't none of y'all got nothing to say. Y'all want to listen to us talk. We don't like talking to y'all like that. But you laughing. Say something. But okay, This weekend, guys, I am hosting an event at Rumors Gentlemen's Club on Jonesboro Road. A script club. You know, a script. It's KRIP in Atlanta. It is going to be a great, great show. There's plenty of parking. I don't know about that part. But it is the first of its kind. Well, I ain't gonna say it's the first of its kind. It's the first one at this particular venue. They possibly are gonna have bucking bull or the little bull thing ride out there, I believe. DJ, loud music is welcome. But we're still gonna do it in moderation because we don't want to just burst everybody's ears. They have more than 35 awards to be given out. Being given out also. So that is this Sunday, July 6th. So the 4th, the fireworks and everything will be over. Y'all come on out.
I got a question. I got
an answer.
Pull that flyer back up.
Wait a minute.
Now it says $5 for additional pass for kids under 12 for free. Now tell me how the kids gonna get in there.
No. The parking lot is huge. It's a big parking lot. So I'm assuming what that means, because I didn't print that flyer, is it's still going to be kid friendly in the parking lot. They will not be able to go inside the club, sir. You're going to have to show ID as old as you are to get in the club. So come on now.
So what they gonna do about the bathroom? The kids.
And you got a point there. There's a family dollar. You got a point. There's McDonald's directly across the street, and you know what? I'm glad you said it. I'm gonna call them tomorrow. And
they better walk in that bitch like this. Yeah.
Hey, they gotta have a bathroom break time. Hey, everybody get to the back. The kids coming in. Hey, something.
Put your clothes on. Put your clothes on.
Hurry up, girl.
So there's a McDonald's directly across the street. There's a Family Dollar directly next door. So, but I'll tell him about that and see if they can get some porta potties or whatnot, you know, for the occasional kid, because all the adults can't go inside and use the restroom, and it's free entry, so there's no pay to go in, so you don't have to worry about that when it comes to the adults wanting to use the restroom. I mean, you might get some booty juice on you walking through there, you know what I mean? But but that's what we got going on this weekend. Now, major announcement. Y'all know how I do every year. Ladies and gentlemen, the rings are in. Battle for the Ring, September the 7th is my car show. Can you make me big on the screen, please?
Hold on, my computer's freezing.
All right. Wait, my rings are here. They are here. They are purple in color. I don't know if the light's catching it the right way.
Damn.
Oh my goodness. They're here. They are here.
Is them diamonds? Diamonds?
These are diamonds. These are the ones that passed the damn diamond tester too.
Yeah, damn.
Y'all can lie. These questions.
Okay.
Y'all can lie and say it's real. But I'm telling y'all it ain't, because you'll never get me for fraud. But anyway, they are here, ladies and gentlemen. I have 1,000 of them all over the place. But
Battle for the Rings, the Trinidad James edition.
This is the 6th iteration of this car show. So there are 6 of these rings. Y'all see them right there? Yeah. That's the first 5. This is number 6. Battle for the Rings. September the 7th. The location right now is still the same place. I'm trying to figure out something closer to the city so we don't have to drive as far. It's not that far, but again, I'm scouting out still to be announced, but September the 7th, mark that day on your calendars. Boom, Battle for the Rings. Yeah.
All right. I got another one. Nighthawk. Recent news. I don't know if you heard. All you Mopar heads out there, have you heard the news? You haven't heard?
Did got power.
SRT is back. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first.
But now watch this. This is what they was talking about on top of that, Mark. Everybody was running, spending $80,000 and $90,000 because that was going to be the last one made. They just killed the value on those last calls because
Killed them.
SRTs and everything else.
Oh,
That's
man.
what he talking about, running out there jumping and believing them people. Somebody will make no more. They was paying $100,000 for them cars.
They are back. The division has been revived. They have announced it. It's coming back. We don't know what they're working on, but I'm hearing rumors that the first build that they put out is going to be legendary.
Because I heard the
so-
EVs wasn't selling. The EVs wasn't selling.
The what?
Yeah, I think it's
EVs
crazy.
wasn't selling.
We saw it and it looks good, but we're talking 200 miles to a full charge,
Mm-hmm.
and they had the little fake muffler.
Yeah.
I think they're over it and they're just ready to get out of it and sell what they have and kind of be done with it. Yeah, it didn't work. It didn't work. So yeah. So there's that. So all you SRT fans, you have something to look forward to. Good job. I hope Chevy comes out with something. We shall
Also,
see.
Senate Bill 10 here in Georgia became active July 1st. All you people who like to watch street races or help to block off roads for takeovers or organize street races or takeover events, these laws are targeted for y'all and y'all only. If you get caught spectating a takeover or a street race, tickets will be passed out to you at $250 a pop, first offense. $500 a pop, second offense. Possible jail time, losing the license on the third offense, and it becomes a felony. For the racers, the participants, it's $1,500 fine. Lose a license for 3 months. Possible 30 days to 60 days in jail, first offense. Second offense, $3,000 fine. Possible seizure of a car. Losing of a license for a year or so and up to 90 days, 90 to 120 days in jail. And then the third offense, it becomes a felony, which carries up to 5 years in prison. So y'all with these takeovers, man, y'all got what y'all wanted.
Mm-hmm.
All this illegal street racing, doing stupid shit. Y'all got what y'all wanted. You can't say you didn't know. All over the news, it's been all over Facebook and everywhere else. It's our job to talk about that, just like we talk about the shows and everything else. Y'all don't believe me? Senate Bill 10 here in Georgia. It's not a nationwide bill. They are not playing with y'all.
So speaking of new rules, here are the new Georgia auto laws. I don't know if these apply to South Carolina. I'm just looking at Georgia. Some of the key takeaways here is squatted trucks. Georgia has laws regulating vehicle modifications, specifically targeting squatted trucks, where the front end is raised higher, yada yada yada. So there are new restrictions on squatted trucks based on weight. Also, digital driver's license is something new. I don't know if this is like something that the state provides or you just take a picture of your shit. I don't know what that means.
Just as you apply for it, and they send it to you digitally.
Mm-hmm.
Actually use it now from your phone. You can show it from your phone, but it's an actual verifiable license.
Oh, okay. So it's the real deal. So does it have a barcode on it too?
Now that part I don't know.
It's just like your wallet, your app, your cards that be on your wallet on your phone is like.
But the key part of that whole driver's license thing, in a lot of cases, is the barcode on the bag. So how do you do that?
But it's just like for instance, you trying to get in a club or something, you can show your phone. Like that's a ID like that.
Yeah, they should have been done that. That was they way behind on that. Let's see what else we got. So we got electronic driver's license, amber light permits. The state no longer requires permits for the use of amber flashing or revolving lights on certain vehicles, and this is effective July 1st, which is already that says 2024. What the hell? I don't know if they had the wrong date on that. Google.
Now you know, ironic, this catalytic converter one. You know, people were running around stealing catalytic converters off of the older cars because there's platinum in them, and they sell for between $200 and $500 depending on which car. now they are making it to where everything is recorded when you sell one of them, the driver's license, all this information. So it won't be just stealing them and taking 10 of them up there, getting your money and walking off no more.
Mm.
Now look at that drone vertiport regulation. We don't have that shit. They're making laws for shit we ain't got. Read that.
Which one?
The drone vertiport.
Oh, okay. House Bill 156 grants the Georgia Department of Transportation authority to regulate drone, or what is it, vertiport operations, or AKA air taxi ports.
Air taxi. We ain't got no fucking air taxi. What you making the law for shit we ain't got yet?
Don't know. So that's that. So there's a lot more rules out there, people. So I encourage you to do your research. So because they'll make up laws and then pull your ass over and yada yada yada. You be looking crazy. You don't know.
Oh, I got one I saw on there. I don't know if it's true, how true it is. You know how lately when somebody passed in the car club, they've been doing the balloon release. I heard you can't do that no more.
Oh yeah.
Yes, that was one of the big ones.
Yeah.
They were saying that the helium in the balloons, when they finally do pop or hit the ground or whatever, they affect the animals some kind of way. It's an environmental hazard, blah, 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 blah. But the crazy thing is, that's only for the state of Georgia.
Right.
When Georgia start leading the way on environmental shit. Fuck out of here.
So what about the bounce house, man? Because I heard you can't do the bounce house neither.
Bounce house.
The bouncing house. I heard you couldn't do the bounce house. I don't know how true it is, but you couldn't do the bounce house.
I heard something about that too. I don't know if the bounce house. I think that's true too, but I don't know the specifics on it. It can't be. You can't put a bouncy house up if the wind is over 15 miles an hour or something like that.
Oh, but 15 miles an hour won't move a bouncy house though.
Yeah.
It's got to be more than that.
No,
I think some of this stuff is gonna be like, you remember how they came out with the rule? They was like, you can't be on your phone or you're gonna get a ticket. How many niggas ain't got a ticket for that? Let's be honest.
I'm not gonna play with them because I'll be the one they pull over.
But I'm saying, how many times you see somebody at the light, you be like, ooh, they go, ooh.
What's even more terrible, they're traffic and doing this, and you ride by, I'm like, motherfucker, you're trying to kill us?
Yes.
Yeah.
I ain't seen nail nigga get pulled over for being on their phone. I swear to God.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yes, they
not
do.
A nail, not a nail, another.
Let me tell you what they got on the expressway because I drive trucks. Now, if you going and it's going to be an orange thing hanging over the expressway, like they can move them around, and what it's doing is going to pick you up and see do you got on the seatbelt or you got your phone like this, and it's going to be a state trooper on up that's going to pull you over and show you the picture.
It's getting out of hand.
Show you a picture of you on your phone?
Yeah, and if you don't have on the seatbelt, they're going to show you.
What?
All right,
interesting.
But you know what though? If that's the case, all those traffic cams that's not being used now, that they can be used for a reason.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Not a nail, no. Anyway, what else we got, Skip?
James Edwards put a you saw the flyer so long on a Sunday. I'm gonna give the awards out in very good time, ladies and gentlemen. You will not be stuck there till no 8 o'clock. That's just what they put on the flyer. That's the drum up business of itself. I will never hold you guys that long unless it's completely out of my control. So those times on the flyer are for the benefit of the club itself also. So don't think that I will be there at night, especially on the Sunday at a strip club. Come on now. I got you. But good question. We're gonna okay. Oh, we got a fireworks shoot. DJ Tiny Tim Qwueen Cafe presents fireworks shootout tomorrow, Friday, July the 4th. Come out and watch the fireworks or bring some and set them off at the Qwueen Cafe at 6595 Tower Boulevard, Jonesboro, Georgia. It does not have a time, but that's what it says. All right, the next one. Oh, that's not what DJ Time Tim. Okay, the next day, Park and Chill Summer Vibes at the Qwueen Cafe. It just says, I guess it's a park and chill. It's from 6 p.m. until they have $2 house shots, $6 Long Island, $6 margaritas, $20 bucket of beer, $13 wings, fries, and drinks. and a $25 big pitcher. And this is at a park and chill at Qwueen Cafe on Saturday, July the 5th. Bing, da, bing, da, bing, da, bing, 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 bing. I said them to me, Red. Oh. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, Carnage, man, come on, man, give us some topic, man. You here? Let's talk.
Topics.
Any other time you be typing your hands off in the chat, we get you here. You freeze up on us. What's going on?
Oh, no, man. I'm just enjoying the dang conversation.
That's good. That's good. But we will. There's not a lot to talk about now. Well, let me say this. Next week, guys, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to talk in depth about the status of this car scene, this thing we love. We're going to try to have what we call a town hall meeting of the minds between us and you guys. And we need y'all to get y'all questions and everything together because we need some kind of order on this car scene set like we once had before. So we're going to talk about that in depth. We're going to have people on here, guest hosts on here, speaking their mind and whatnot. And we're just going to see what we can do to try to bring more order or better order, so to speak, to this car scene, this thing that we all love and enjoy. But that will be next.
Yeah, I think that was Skip's idea, and he made a lot of sense. But when you think about it, and we've covered some of the history just for our market on this show several times, but like, you know, some of the origins of South Carolina and different markets, but we actually know where the original car club started. So it's almost like the thing we love, we're missing. The history is not being passed down. So like Carnage said, he's been in the game for 2 years. So if I asked him what was, give me 5 of the original car clubs in Atlanta, he might not know. And he's the president of a car club. I think that's fucking crazy.
I might know.
I bet you can't name them.
Name 1 out of the 5 of OG original car clubs in just the metro.
Okay. Stablemates? No. A lot of car club.
Mustang Club. No.
Okay.
Somebody put it in. If y'all know it in the chat, put it in the chat. That's a good question. Name 1 out of the 5. It's really like 3, honestly, but let's say 5.
Come on, Carter. You talking about that's just one.
No, Atlanta Corvette Society. That's the oldest.
That's the oldest Corvette car club.
That's one of them. So I know one. Y'all got me on the general. Y'all definitely got me on the general.
I know them. A-Town Riders, a Nighthawk with a T, put A-Town Riders. They are one of the original OG car clubs. Crown Vic Boys. That's another one. Stunt World, Georgia Toys. Well, Stunt World is Mark and his brother Merle. They are the founders and creators of Stunt Fest. And Stunt World was where them, along with Big Lat and some of the OGs in the game, would always have meetups or pull-ups all the different parks around Atlanta. And when we got those 100 to 200 cars together, we would convoy all over Atlanta and just park in parking lots. A lot of people don't know Stunt Fest used to do their shows in the old Braves parking lot before they went to Atlanta Motor Speedway, before they ended up to where they are now. This is how far back the car scene goes. Everything used to be right there in that parking lot. Now there's a motel there. There's an apartment building there where Stunt Fest originated at. So Sky High Impalas, way before Impala Nation, way before anybody else. Changing Lanes.
Riding Clean.
Riding Clean spawned off of A-Town Rider.
Right.
But I'm talking about OG clubs, like the first ones that spawned everybody. Sky High Impala spawned all the Impala clubs.
Shit it down, boys.
The shit.
I like that. I like that.
We are the Shut It Down Boys, our car audio club. We do have some pickup cars in there, but they all center our regular car audio. And we were founded and started in 2008. But these car clubs I'm naming were around before then. Changing Lanes, they spawned most of the Dodge clubs you see now. Camaro Nation spawned all of the Camaro.
So hold on. So let me pose another question. When creating a new club, is it important to be honest with the members that are a part of it and tell them that this came from something else? Or do y'all believe that don't fucking matter?
I don't think it matters at this point because a lot of people are not nostalgic like that. Now, if it became down to where we're doing something and we're reminiscing, we could say, do you know where this came from? And that could be something like a trivia type thing. But a lot of people don't know that those 2-3 car clubs spawned everything else.
Right.
A lot of people
don't think they should know that?
I think they should. I think they should, but it's not. It's something that the car clubs themselves, if like for instance, Nighthawk right here above me, he came from Changing Lanes. You get what I'm saying? But when he split up and Changing Lanes, they were still a huge club. So it was, whatever the reason was, when he started his club, they had different visions. So should the people in his club know that they came from Changing Lanes when Changing Lanes is kind of no longer on the scene? They're there, but they're not there, so to speak.
I think they should know. I think they should know.
I tell my members that's what we come from because they know I come from Changing Lanes. I don't hide it.
Right. It should be nothing to hide.
Yeah.
But somebody just called
I don't know where that's coming from.
Okay.
Who's watching the stories? Something going on.
But what I was saying about these clubs, man, is that people don't understand how in the beginning it was not about it was about camaraderie. Like, okay, you got a G body, so we all gonna ride together. Or you got a Chevrolet, we all gonna ride together. You got a Crown Vic. There was really no competition except that like-minded people that thought alike. Impala, same way. Everybody rolled together in those groups, and we still all met up and laughed and did our little burnouts and went home or rode around the city. The competition aspect came when everybody started to say, what can I do different than everybody else? And then it became mine is better than yours, or I spent more money than yours. And competition is good. It's cool. I love it. But I think more egos now drive the scene than just what can I do better than, Nighthawk with his charger. I got a charger now, so I got to outdo him and let him know I outdid him versus just building and the community. So yeah. But the Corvette Club name, you know what year they founded?
2017.
So yeah, they would not be considered.
Repeat that question. Who was founded?
The Corvette Club that you named, the old school Corvette Club, the one you said that's been around for. Do you know when they first started coming around?
It had to be at the dawn or maybe the early 2000s or before. I got to get it straight. Yeah, I don't know for sure, but they're pretty old.
They will be considered an OG car club, but they were secular, so to speak. They only did Corvette stuff. They did, just stuff for them. When we're talking about our clubs, we're talking about ones that were out, that did events. No knock on that. Don't get me wrong. But when we say OG car clubs, that's what we're talking about. Car clubs that spawned what we now have today.
You right.
Know what I mean? So
yeah,
that's what I don't want people to think that we're shooting down or knocking, the old school cars or anything like that, because I can't think of the A-Town, the old school club. Oh my goodness. I want to say old school riders, but that's not it. But there's a couple of old school car clubs that only did old school events. But those old school car clubs spawned. You get what I'm saying? So what we're talking about is the matriarchs and the patriarchs of the car scene.
Well, I got a question. You might know.
Yep.
Since Dodge revived, Mopar officially in the 2000s, where they're actually a Mopar club before, Chargers and what you call them, Challengers and Magnums came back.
Were there Mopar clubs before the Chargers came out?
Yeah, came back out. Yeah.
I don't think so. No. Now, if there
I
were,
don't
they
either.
were old school cars. You got to think before Chargers can't hit the scene running, nobody was driving Dodges like that.
They were driving Plymouth.
Chargers are out, but when the Chargers hit the street, I'm sorry, it was like, I gotta have it. I have horsepower, so that's when it formed. Kind of like the Camaros did. There weren't no 68, 69 Camaro clubs running around Atlanta until the 15 hit the street and go ahead.
Then back in the day, they used to call Mopar Plymouth.
Plymouth Dodge. Plymouth
Dodge. Chrysler Dodge, ain't it? Something, yeah.
Yeah.
Plymouth, Chrysler, and Dodge. They all are the same. All of it is, they were the first Mopars. Because the 392 is an old engine, believe it or not.
Right.
It's just, there was a V6 version out there and beeped it up and made it what it is. But, these cars drove the car scene to be what it is now. The Challengers, the Chargers, the Camaros, and not the Corvettes, because Corvettes been around forever. They just changed body styles, which the Chargers have too, but they had a big gap from the 2000s. There were no Chargers made. Chrysler,
You had the Stealth and the Daytona, but like you said, I mean, that was almost a laughing stock.
family cars. Those were sporty, but they weren't, an eye-catching car. They were just something that Dodge was doing to stay on the market, so to speak. And Jekyll and Hyde, leave me alone now. Talking about rubbing. That's all right. Y'all was standing right beside me. Nah.
Hey.
When we made the wheel round, you were standing right there. Nah. Mr. Bo Parker, what's going on, man? But yeah, next week, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a town hall meeting of sorts about this thing we call the car scene. Kids, but what? You got to elaborate on some of your comments, the retards, because just putting a comment like that out. But anyway, next week, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a town hall meeting of sorts about the car scene. So we're going to have a lot of people from the old school car scene and the ones that transferred on over to what we have now, talking about what we can do to make this thing better, to have a lot more camaraderie than what we're having, and to get rid of this drama as much as possible. Now, there's not a lot, don't get me wrong, but at one time, there was none, believe it or not, like none. You know what I mean? So I know we can't get back to that. I mean, we can always get back to it, but we just want to keep this thing going, man. Like one of the things I used to say a lot was, I've been doing this since I was 18 years old. I'm coming up on 40 years of being on the car scene one way or another. And with the knowledge I have and accumulated, I want to give it to anybody that wants to learn so they can pass it on and pass it down. Because when people like me and Jekyll and Hyde and all y'all that's my age decide, man, I ain't going out there no more, I'm through with it. Then what?
You know what? You brought up
it.
a point. Without going into the subject for next time, I think two words come to mind, and it's a disconnect between my generation and Gen X and baby boomers. Discipline and etiquette. It's almost like a framework operating system. If you're not operating on that, then obviously it shows in this day and age.
Well, see, the one thing about discipline and etiquette, the leader has to have it, and he has to require it. If the leader doesn't have those qualities, nobody following is going to try to tell him how to do it because they're following him or her. So, yeah, it makes sense to say that, but those are old school traits too, because now people, they live by the sleeve. Everything is spur of the moment. Everything is, I want to do this right now. Another thing I used to say is, this generation is the right now generation.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you want right now. With the advent of the internet and all of these specialty stores that carry everything. I remember all stores used to close at 9 o'clock. I remember the TV used to go off at 1 o'clock in the morning. Snow on the TV. I remember before cell phones, when everybody used to stand in line and pay phones. You know, I remember with the long cords on the phones, you could walk off the house. Get a call. So I remember before microwaves, when you had to warm the oven up to cook leftovers. You get what I'm saying? So things change. You just have to change and adapt with it. And like I said, when people don't know these things, you want to pass it on to somebody so they'll have a story to tell, or at least a backstory of how things got started. Used to be. But
Skip, he said, so you say your father used to be the president of your current club or at a different club?
No. Yeah.
The same club?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm assuming that your father passed down the tutelage of how to run a club and how to become a successful president, correct?
Yes, I would say he through observation and also sitting down and learning the history, and of course, you know, me being who I am, my personal qualities, I took it one step further, which is how it's supposed to be done. You know, you learn from the elders and you keep going. So,
who taught him?
His father. Some of the qualities, because he used to go up north to car shows, and he learned a lot in the Midwest, and he brought a lot of this stuff down to the South. As far as
so your grandfather was in a car club.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. So this is what I think we have to explain, that if the history and some of the teachings and the findings aren't being passed down, I think Skip would be correct in saying that this may cease to exist.
I think more of like
when
I first started, you respected your OG club. You didn't too much get into it with the OG club. You know who was the OG club. Hey, get out their way because here they come. But now a lot of the newer clubs don't have respect for the older clubs. So it's just everybody be going its own different ways.
And right. I think it goes a little farther than just respecting them. Even some of these OG guys, they expect you to quote unquote kiss their ass.
Right.
You was out here in the beginning, but be a teacher, be a mentor versus being an asshole too. Because I'm one of the quote unquote OGs, but I'm not like that. So on the flip side of that, some of these OGs can be assholes too, and they don't deserve the respect that they should be given. So it works both ways, but I understand it. You know, I remember when Caffeine and Octane was in Pep Boys lot in Gwinnett before they got big, where the real old schools and mopeds was. You need to stop typing so fast. Because you meant more bars.
A couple more events before we get out of here. This is going to be a short one. Don't forget about Beachfront Motorfest. Bling Breezy Street Kings presents this event. This one is in Ohio. This is going down on the 12th, coming up very soon. This is the second annual 2-day event from 12 to 7. So if you want to put your whip on the road or on the trailer, shout out to Street Kings. I think we talked about this one last week. Come check out Vibes on the east side of the city. Free parking, free entry, free sections. 7300 Stonecrest Concourse Suite 100. This is from 2 to 8. This is the 26th. If you want to have a little something to do at a little chill spot. I think they got hookah, all that jazz.
Yeah, so, this is pretty on this pull up and chill. So this is again, it's gonna be a laid back vibe chill, like you just said. That's why it's pull up and chill. But shout out to Street Royalty, and I can't read that other one. Does that say Dirty Dart Rider? Is that Dirty DDR? Whatever that
Dirty
says.
Dodge.
Yeah, Dirty Dodge Rider, whatever that says.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to them. So yeah. Dope event there. We already talked about this. We got Carnage in the building. And Carnage, we want to thank you for all your support of the channel and the podcast, man. You've always been there supporting us. We do appreciate you. So check them out. Black Panther Corvettes. The cruise in on the 26th as well from 2 to 6. So 5370 Stone Mountain Highway, Suite 600 in Stone Mountain.
Yes. August 16th, all roads lead to SC Fairgrounds in Columbia, South Carolina. That's right, we talking Project Jasmine, Ladies Fest 2025 car, truck, and bike show with categories including Best Top 30, Best in Show, King and Queen, Sound Competition, and much, much more. Featuring some of the baddest women in the city. You see the names right there, baby. And this car show not just for the ladies, it's for the fellas too. So fellas, bring out every whip you got. VIPs available. Bring your tents and your chairs for this one. All going down SC Fairgrounds. You see the address, you know where it's at. This benefit is benefiting the stop of domestic violence and the Jasmine A. Gant Memorial Scholarship. 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. August 16th. It's Project Jasmine Ladies Fest 2025 Car, Truck, and Bike Show. We will see you there, baby.
Then watch it go. There it goes. Do a thing, got that mojo.
There we go. Qwueen, anything to add on that one? What is Project Jasmine? Do you know what that is?
I do know what it is. So Project Jasmine, he has, if I'm not mistaken, I think they were twins. And one of them was in a domestic relationship where she, lost her life. In regards to it. So he does a 501c, a nonprofit organization. He is also in a Corvette club. He's also at a lot of the shows that we're at. It's just, one of those older fellas that just be chilling on the scene. He was at Street Whips and everything. He was at Dope Girl Nate show. He just go, like pretty much everywhere.
Right.
So that's what that is for. So yeah.
Awesome. Shout out. All right, Mr. Skip, you want to close us out? You did a great job tonight as an A mic, by the way.
Did I?
Yes,
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm staying right here in this box.
No, you're not. I promise you.
Right
But
here.
as always, man, I want to say thank you to everybody that participated, that showed up, commented, that viewed us for the first time. If it's for the first time, I saw a name that I know, and this is the first time me seeing me on it, so you need to subscribe. Bo Parker, Vincent Parker. But thank you guys for tuning in, man. And remember, next week we are going to have a town hall of sorts. Skip sitting here with such a loaded statement. Okay, Jack. He take a little donation there, player, but y'all leave me alone. All right. But again, this Sunday, July 6th, at the Squirt Plug, y'all come on through. If you don't do nothing, hang out, throw your hands up, say, hey, y'all come through, man, holler at your boy. It's the first of many first annual at this venue. They want to do more, and I'm convinced them to give out bigger and better awards, possibly some cash here too. So it all depends on participation, and it's $25 to enter, $5 spectator fee, kids 12 and under free, and they won't get to see no booty and nothing like that, but you know how that go, But again, for Nighthawk with the T, Qwueen Cone, Mr. Tester and Carnage, myself, Miss TJ's in the background. Shout out Miss TJ. Yes, that is. We are the Atlanta Carcast. We thank you guys for tuning in. Peace out.